It's a great joy to welcome everyone to this webinar on Maharishi Aroma Therapy with Dr. Nadine Thomas, the head of the department of Maharishi Aroma Therapy of the Maharishi College of Perfect Health International. It's very appropriate in these times to have this webinar with aromatherapy, which is a very powerful tool in Maharishi's Vedic approach to health. Before I give over to Dr. Nadine, I just wanted to show an overview chart of the different approaches in Maharishi Ayurveda. This chart gives an overview of all the different approaches. It's called Total Knowledge of Health, and shows the multimodality approach of Maharishi Ayurveda, covering the whole range of natural law, balancing all levels of health. So on the left side, we have the different levels of health, from the environment to society, behavior, body, mind, and at the basis, pure being, the unified field of all the laws of nature. And on the right side, we have the different preventive and therapeutic modalities: Vedic astrology, Jyotish and Yagya, public health and world peace, yogic flying in groups, Vedic architecture, Sthapatya Veda, Vedic organic agriculture, and then the different aspects of Ayurveda, daily and seasonal routines, Dinacharya and Ritucharya, diet and herbal therapy, Dravya Guna, Ayurvedic rejuvenation therapy, Rasayanas, Ayurvedic massage therapy, Abhyanga and Marma, then the purification therapies, Panchakarma, yoga therapy, yoga asanas and pranayama, and then the use of all the five senses, Vedic aromatherapy, light therapy with gems, color therapy, sound and music therapy, Maharishi Vedic sound therapy, Maharishi Vedic vibration therapy, and Gandharva Veda, the model of Vedic physiology, and then of course transcendental meditation and the DMCT program. And the goal of all these different approaches is to achieve a state of swasthya. It means to be established in oneself, the state of perfect health, transcendental consciousness. And all these different approaches aim to restore the connection between the body and its source in consciousness.
And so now we start to see how Maharishi Aromatherapy is going to help us. So Maharishi Aromatherapy is unique because it is based on consciousness, and it has on the principle of Maharishi Ayurveda. The essential oils that we use, they create bliss. In order to have a strong immune system, we need ojas, and ojas is that quality of bliss. And the essential oil is what they do. The fragrances stimulate the release of neurotransmitters, some messenger substances. For example, endorphin and serotonin, which generate feelings of happiness, well-being, and joy. So the essential oil, they balance our dosha, the three fundamental pillars of our physiology. They restore wholeness and balance our body, mind, and emotions in a very easy, pleasant, yet profound way. They enliven our body's own self-healing mechanism. Sandalwood is actually cooling the mind. Frankincense is slowing down the breathing system, meaning that we breathe more slowly. And these, as a natural phenomena, will just help us to settle down. And then myrrh, it's a very, very, very settling essential oil. That's just three examples. Here you have a beautiful picture of the myrrh tree. And when we extract, we get the resin, and this is what we distill, and we get the essential oil. We have also seen that we wanted essential oil to strengthen our digestive system. When we digest properly, then all what we have been eating is transformed in a very refined substance, as we say, ojas. And this ojas is what is helping us to be in perfect health. We say that it was related to immunity. So we need a good digestive system. And a good digestive system means that we have to enhance the power of the digestive system and make sure that we have a good quality of everything that we eat. So I choose coriander. Coriander is a very good essential oil to maintain a good digestion for everyone, for every dosha. Whoever is Vata, Pitta or Kapha could take a little bit of 2-3 drops of coriander with your first spoon of your meal, and this will maintain our digestive power in good quality. Now, of course, if you have a weak digestive system or something too agitated, we will need some other essential oil. Now, we need a good sleep. Everything is related together. To have a good digestion, we need a good sleep. To sleep well, we need a good digestion. So everything goes all together. So the essential oil for a good sleep could be vetiver. You could apply vetiver on the sole of the feet, spikenard on the forehead, mandarin. If you want mandarin, you could put on the forearm. You don't have to put all of them. I'm just giving you some example here. Mandarin on the inside, on your forearm, the inside, and marjoram, you could apply it on around your navel. Those essential oils, they are very good to pacify Vata. There are just a few of them. There are many others, but just to give some examples. Here, some mandarin, beautiful also. And then here is a marjoram, very delicate little leaves. So here are the essential oils to enhance ojas. We might think that any essential oil with sweet fragrances, such as rose, jasmine, sandalwood, neroli, ylang-ylang, will create ojas. This is true, but in fact, it is any essential oil that balances our state of body, mind, and emotion will create ojas. For example, if someone has a cold, he won't like necessarily rose or sandalwood at that time, but he would like Ravinsara, because Ravinsara will clear his cold and therefore will restore balance, joy, energy in his life. Ravinsara might not be considered as a specific ojas enhancing an essential oil, but it is in this case, balancing the imbalance, bringing back ojas. So there are different perspectives to the enhancement of ojas. So many possibilities. It's a field of all possibilities. The plants, the trees, the flowers contain chemical compounds which have powerful therapeutic properties. Through different processes of extraction, mainly distillation and cold press, we obtain essential oils and essences that in turn have these therapeutic properties. Each essential oil has many different chemical compounds. So we are going to look at some of them. It is important to know the chemical compound, and we will see why. So here is a list of some of the most important. the monoterpene ketone, the ether, the coumarin, the ester, the aldehyde, and also the sesquiterpene, the sesquiterpenaldehyde, the monoterpenaldehyde, the oxide. If you are not familiar, it could look a little bit overwhelming, but when you start to use them after a few days, it is really fascinating. By knowing more and more the chemical compound of the plants, not forgetting the beauty and their fragrance, but going into is like going into the fibers of immortality, and it is so extraordinarily fascinating. So that's a list, and now let's take the example of the monoterpene. You will see why. Monoterpene is one class of chemical compounds, and they have some properties. Each chemical compound has some very, very specific property, as I say. And so because of this property, then we know in which case to use them. If they are mucolytic, we will use them in the case someone has some bronchitis or things like that. Now, let's see what are the properties of the monoterpene on the physical, what are their physical effect. So the monoterpene are found mainly in the skin of the citrus fruits, orange, lemon, grapefruits, bergamot, and also in the leaves of the conifers, all our beautiful trees in the forest, the pine, the fir, they are full of monoterpenes. And here are the properties of the monoterpene. They are very good room disinfectant. So you immediately know that you could use any of the conifer or citrus fruit to disinfect your room. They decongest the respiratory tract and ensure free breathing and energy flow. They protect from virus and bacteria. They have a strong cortisone-like effect. They are enlivening and stimulating, and they improve the lymph flow and the blood circulation. So in our case for today, they are very important because we need some oil that are disinfecting the room, that are protecting us against the virus, and that are also very good for our respiratory tract. So oils, essential oils with monoterpene is something you have to have in your mind, and it means the citrus fruits and the conifer. On the level of psychological and energetic effect, the monoterpenes, they release anxieties, which is also very important for the people in the world who are in fear. They give strength, courage, and trust in order to be able to cope with the uncertainties of life. So now for each chemical compound, there is some precaution. So I just add here the safety data of the monoterpene. They are very good to use, very simple to use, nothing threatening, but sometimes they could be a little bit skin irritating. So we will always try them and dilute them first to see how we react when we apply them on our body. So where do we find mostly monoterpene, in which essential oil? 75% of monoterpene in the cypress, in the fir, Douglas fir, in the juniper, frankincense, bergamot, black and white spruce, black spruce and white spruce, marjoram, angelica, orange sweet, orange bitter, grapefruit, silver fir, balsam fir, lemon in the rind, the rind. So that was an example for a few examples. Huh? There is some many more. Let's take an example now of the an essential oil that contain monoterpene. So we have seen first that all the essential oil contain many chemical compounds that have different property, and due to those property we will be able to address specific health concern. And we have taken the example of monoterpene to discuss what are the properties of the monoterpene. And now we take the example of pine sylvester to see how we could use any of these essential oil. And by taking this example, it will give us an idea. So pine sylvester, here is what it contains. The chemical compounds that pine sylvester contains are monoterpene in yellow. So you see, he has a lot. And he has also sesquiterpene, sesquiterpenol, ester, and monoterpenol. By knowing the quality of all of those chemicals, you could know exactly when you want to use the pine sylvester. So the pines are the oldest aromatic energy on Earth. They are mainly linked to the oxygenation of our planet. This is why pine is traditionally used to detoxify and strengthen the mucous membranes of the lungs, the bronchi, and the sinuses. I find it so extraordinary to be related with the cosmos, with the universe. You know, we have in our hand a little bottle of essential oil, but in fact, this little bottle is just the essential oil from that big tree that live in big forest. Us, from our side, we could use it to strengthen our lungs, our respiratory system. In line with its energetic effect, pine oil is psychologically fortifying. Invigorating our vital spirit, pine oil opens breathing, instills positivity, and helps to restore self-confidence, courage, and willpower. A pine tree represents an ancient power to lean on and to get strong. So everyone who is feeling a little anxious or very anxious, then by breathing, by smelling the pine sylvester, we put a few drops on a tissue paper or handkerchief if you don't have a diffuser, and you breathe it several times during the day. You are immediately transformed. Like if there is some anxiety or fear, immediately it brings you to a totally different world. The pine sylvester we have seen in our yellow circle has also a good number of esters. And the ester quality is to be balancing and relaxing. So it is extremely effective in removing mental fatigue, nervous exhaustion and stress, and it improves concentration and memory. It is very comforting for Vata. It reduces Vata. All the conifers have the same quality that when you go in a forest, you feel immediately released from the outside world or your thinking or anything. It decreases Vata because it is comforting. So we have just seen that the essential oil contain many chemical compounds which have very specific properties. Knowing these properties allow us to select and use the proper essential oils for any health concern. Let's see an example of formula for strengthening the immune system in case of virus. Essential oil for immunity. Essential oil have been shown to increase the power of lymphocytes, making them better able to eliminate foreign invaders in the body, such as viruses and bacteria. The essential oil can also increase the speed at which the immune system produces antibodies to eliminate an infection. Using one or more oils topically, they are easily absorbed through the skin or in a diffuser on a day-to-day basis can support this effect. It is very important before choosing your essential oils to follow the precautions attributed to each of them. Some chemical compounds are very strong and could be damaging if we do not follow the correct dose, meaning the number of days we can use the essential oils and in which quantity. Some essential oil, you could use them daily, no problem. Like lavender, geranium, orange, also essential oil, very gentle, powerful, but no problem. Some other essential oil who contain very strong chemical compound, then you could use them in case of crisis. Suddenly you feel that you are getting the flu or a cold, so you could take some Thymol, or which is a phenol, and very, very strong, but you will not use it more than 5 days. After 5 days, the problem should be solved. But if it is not, because you have carried on your life running about and eating and also seeing, then you will move to a different essential oil that will continue the effect of the Thymol. Thymol is a very, very good for virus, but if you use too long time, then it could be damaging for the liver. So that's why it's very important to be careful with each precaution. So here are some suggestions of essential oils that can be used for strengthening our immune system, protecting us against virus, and for room air disinfection. The essential oil could also help us with the immune system, the virus, and as a room air disinfectant. I'm going to give you just the name of a few of them. You could use them in a diffuser and topically, applying 6 drops in 30 milliliters of sesame oil or jojoba for chest and upper back rub. So Ravinsara, very good. Bellorel, thyme tujanol. So make sure you see the difference. Thyme tujanol is different than thyme thymol. So those essential oils are highly effective for viral and bacterial infection and weak immune system. You can breathe them several times a day and you can apply them, so each of them, not the 3 at the same time, not the 3 together. You have the choice. You apply them on the chest and on the upper back to cover the, and that you do several times during the day. You will feel very, very good at the end of the day, but continue several days. We have also lemongrass, very effective against viruses, and it is strengthening for the immune system, very helpful for room air disinfection. It is antibacterial, antiviral, strong immune stimulant, and it is refreshing, revitalizing. Alternative oils, you could use citronella grass and Eucalyptus citriodora. Fir silver, excellent room disinfectant for flu prevention. Combined with citrus oils, it can reduce germs significantly. Also, as a part of a body oil mixture, it will improve the general condition if feeling weak. So strongly antiviral, antibacterial, and immune stimulant. Alternative oils, all the citrus oils. Cinnamon leaf, it's a strong antiviral and it has at the same time it helps strengthening the immune system like the one before. Antiviral, antibacterial, a broad spectrum of action. Stimulating, invigorating, encouraging. The alternative oil could be cinnamon bark, bay laurel, clove bud. So those oils, cinnamon and clove bud, you have to do really careful with the precaution when you apply them. They could be dermocaustic, so you have to dilute them. So here is our main point. There are many essential oils that can help us to balance our physiology and to prevent and address many health concerns. Also, aromatherapy is a natural medicine. It is very important to have some basic knowledge on how to use them to have maximum results.